Yo, this is Tone Kapone, and you're getting lifted to the sounds of my DJ, DJ Spaceship. Go ahead and beam him up, boy. Let's get him, get him, get him, get him, get him, get him.
Greetings and salutations from us to all the nations. We're about to get loose, strictly for entertainment. We're reppin' Tampa Bay, 10 toes down. It's waves of the bay. No, we ain't playing round. Saturdays from 10 to 12. Make sure you ride the wave. It's Tone Kapone and DJ Spaceship on your airwaves. We're mixing interviews, R&B and hip hop. We're blasting off, and the top is just a pit stop.
Man, I'm excited. This is gonna be a good one right here.
Yeah.
These beats are just so raw, though. Ken, what's good with you? Oh, there you go. Ken, what's good with you, sir?
What's happening, man? How's it going?
We're doing good, man. How you living tonight?
Oh, man, I'm beyond excited to be on the show, man. I'm very honored. Like, I've been listening for a couple of weeks now, and I got to tune in a couple of months ago before that too, and just like, I love it. I love the vibe. I was sitting here like vibing out to the songs that you guys were playing. It's cool, man. I appreciate it.
Man, I appreciate you coming on and taking time with us to talk, man, because honestly, you've been doing a lot, man. You're really busy. So thank you for taking time out of your Saturday night, the week before the Super Bowl to talk with us. And we're going to talk about the Sunday Sash and about some other things here. But I want to actually just get started with, I saw that you were from St. Louis.
Yes,
and I actually went to school at Missouri, at Mighty Missouri. So I graduated from there back in 2004. So Super Bowl. Are you going for the Chiefs, or who are you rooting for, man? Say the right answer.
Well, no, believe me, the only right answer is the truth, as far as I'm concerned. I didn't grow up, super crazy about football. St. Louis is a baseball town, and we had the Rams for a minute. But I'm gonna go for the Bucs. I've been in Tampa Bay now for 11 years. And I'm rooting for the Bucs, man. I'm rooting for the Bucs.
Hang up the phone. Hang up the phone. Interview's
over.
Interview's over. Call the Pope. Please, somebody just call Kanye. Hang up the phone. Hey.
You foolish, bro.
Are you from Kansas City?
I'm actually from Junction City, Kansas. So I'm from about an hour and 40 minutes.
I don't care. I'm from Tampa.
But I lived in KC for like 3 years.
Hang up the phone. You just now made yourself snap famous.
I can appreciate it. I can appreciate it, man. But no, I lived in KC for 3 years. I started driving in KC, man.
I don't like him.
Yeah, Kansas City. I be telling
I don't even like him.
Spaceship know about all the Kansas City barbecue, man.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I had to hit him to that when we was out there.
You mean the St. Louis barbecue?
No, I mean the Kansas City barbecue.
Kansas.
Now, St. Louis, y'all had the toasted raviolis.
Yeah, we do have the toasted raviolis.
I found a spot that tastes like Emo's down in St. Pete, man. I be frequenting them, pretty much, so. I don't know if you found out about that, but I'll let you know about that, because a lot of people don't know about that. And then the butter cakes and all that stuff, man. Yeah, they pretty St. Louis-y.
Oh, man. Yeah, I'm down, man. Please. Yeah, let's get some lunch.
I'll definitely let you know about that for sure, man. But yeah, so I know that you started off doing music up in Missouri. So how did that get you all the way down here to Florida?
Well, I mean, it's a long story that I'll stick in a can for you. But basically, I was in a band when I was 22, and for whatever reason, we were like, we're not getting much traction down in here. So let's move to Florida. The music industry is huge in Florida, sarcastically. But no, we had a manager down here. We moved down here. And about 4 months later, the band broke up, and I stayed, and a bunch of them moved back, and the rest is history, basically. I started playing gigs, and that's what I've been doing professionally for the past 11 years, basically.
Why did you decide to stay?
Because I can play music and make a living.
I hear that,
That's all I could ever ask for.
I hear that. Freedom, man. Like, a lot of people don't know, like, Midwest, man, like, wintertime, like, right now, it's snowing in Kansas yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And we're down here just living pretty, man. Like, y'all don't understand, man. It makes a huge difference on, the mindset when you're down here and able to just be free like that,
It's true. And I mean, the Tampa Bay area, as far as, like, professional musicians goes, it's a somewhat well-kept secret that's starting to get out, that the Tampa Bay area has this strange combination of circumstances. Usually it's one or the other. It's either there's a ton of places that want to have you play, but they don't pay very well, or there's a few places that'll have you play and they pay really well, but you're only going to play, 2 or 3 times a month. Tampa Bay, there are guys that I'm friends with that are musicians who are performing 7 days a week, and some of those days are doing doubles. So they're doing 10, 11, 12 gigs a day, and they're making a reasonable rate from each one of those places too. So like you can actually make a living down here as a musician if you know what you're doing and you know how to be professional.
So Ken, I got a question for you. Even though I don't want to call you by your first name because you already done disrespected the airwaves, picking the lesser of the two teams. So you join the band, you guys come down for gigs. It doesn't work out, and everybody flies, and you stay. So it's fight or flight. How did you fight your fears of not making it without your brethren in the band, being here by yourself, fighting by yourself?
Well, not to dig up old wounds, but, essentially I had always told them that I don't care what you guys do in your personal lives as long as it doesn't get in the way of the band. The second it starts getting in the way of the band, I'm out. And they were doing things in their personal lives that were getting in the way of the band.
Getting in the way.
Bunch of David Ruffins.
And I started seeing more opportunity as a solo than I did in the band. I was like, man, if Justin Timberlake can do it,
Well, that's the truth, though. That's the honest to God truth right there.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I'm not going to let anybody else get in the way of the things that I need to do to survive.
Gotcha. And honestly, Ken, that's something that I personally needed to hear myself. I kind of took a step back. I DJ. You know what I'm saying? I clown, I act up. I'm with Tone. We do our thing. But you saying that is something that I personally, real talk, needed to hear myself. So as a solo artist, you mentioned Justin Timberlake. Who are some of your solo influences that kept you, that propelled you to continue to say, hey, keep going, even if you didn't meet them personally?
Well, I'm a student of music theory and music composition and all that stuff. I went to school briefly for those kinds of things.
Okay.
And I've got, I had a really great instructor when I was learning how to play guitar. That was my first instrument, who put a focus on music theory for me.
Right.
So it's a double-edged sword. And I say all that to say this: I don't have a specific, I don't have a go-to influence, because every single thing that I listen to, and any other musician who has this background will tell you, we just pick it apart. We're like, oh, that's really cool. Why is that really cool? Why is it doing that?
Why does it sound that way?
Yeah, why does it sound that way? Why does it make me feel that way? Because one of the cool things about music theory is it's like alchemy, in the sense that when you're really getting down to the nitty-gritty about it, the whole point is to learn how to master evoking certain emotions from your audience, from your listener,
right,
and doing that deliberately and intentionally. But guitar great. I love guitar. I grew up with guitar. My favorite would probably be Eric Johnson. Eric Johnson was probably my favorite. Yeah.
Okay, I could take that. 10 years later, you finally, like a true Buccaneer fan, gave me what I was looking for. but I will say, no bull. I like the way you set
Such
it up.
Hatred.
There's come on, come on, T Mart. Come on, Ken, help me out, Ken. But no, he prepped it up and he explained the entire process. He didn't just say, if somebody would ask me that, I would have said, I don't even know what I would have said. Tone, what I would have said, Tone?
Who was your influence?
Yeah.
Jazzy Jeff?
Oh, man, yeah.
That's what you would have said?
Jazzy Jeff.
Say I'm lying.
You're lying.
Man,
because
please.
It depends on how they ask the question. If they say it locally, if they say it homegrown wise,
Keys,
DJ Keys.
Act like I don't know you, man.
Oh man, he's great. Love that dude.
DJ Shizm, that's another one. Sandman, can't forget about Sandman.
Happy belated.
Happy belated to DJ Sandman. Even J. Rock Jones.
Okay.
You know, J. Rock Jones, you know.
Who was also on the Sunday Sesh.
Who's also on the Sunday
I love
Sesh.
J.
Man,
Rock.
Ken's had some people on there, man.
So, I mean, you're doing your thing. Like, you know, I'm not going to take the shine. Tone, go ahead and get the microphone, man. This is why they don't give me the microphone, because if they do, I just talk all night long.
But this is what I'm
See,
talking
like
about,
that.
though.
I was gonna say, you guys are gonna have to you're gonna have to wrangle me in because I'm a talker. I am a talker.
Oh, Lord. That means we're going to be
Feel free to
here.
like, hey, Ken, cut it off. That's
Hey, Ken.
That means we're going to be here for a minute. I actually have a timer set, man. 'Cause we be talking too much, too. So,
Yeah.
you know what
I've
is,
been told
man.
I talk too much.
It be like that sometimes. I read a headline. I want to. I think you're gonna like this one, Shep.
About
I read
yourself?
a headline. No, about Ken.
Oh.
Black people love Ken Apperson. How a skinny white boy gets down.
Oh, man.
Yeah, man.
He likes the brown one, or the brown one likes him.
I saw that. I was like, damn. I was like, okay, then.
Yeah, I remember when they wrote that article, and I was like, wow, is this true? I don't know. Like,
Did you ever try it out?
I'm game for it. Well, sure.
Come on, man. We gotta do like that Chappelle skit where he took John Mayer out there to the barbershop.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Take
man.
Ken out there to the hood, cross Fletcher.
Oh, man. Taking no Sulphur Springs, taking the Robles Park. That's black enough right there.
That might be kind of fun.
Yeah, that might
would
be
be fun.
That'd be a little. I think that might be a little bit too gutter. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of scared to go.
Well, right now, I mean.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Vibes ain't right.
But nah, man, as an artist, I want you to just explain, like, describe yourself to anybody out there, like yourself as an artist.
Myself as an artist, man, right now I am really focused on this music that I've been writing for the past couple of years. And in the past, you know, a lot of musicians are like, okay, COVID time is cocoon time. It's chrysalis time. This is the time for change. This is the time for growth and building.
Right.
Because all we can do is sit around and write music.
Right.
And the funny thing is, I have a bunch of music already written, and I sat around and went, okay, well, all right, now it's time to actually do something with it and stop being afraid to put it out there and see what people have to say about it. Because that's the truth. The reality is I kind of got in my own head.
I hear that a lot.
About 10 years ago, and it was received with pretty mediocre fanfare, and so I can understand. So after that, I was like, oh, I don't know if I should do this again. So I'm done with that. Now it's time to actually put some music out. So I've got a solo project that'll be under my name, and then I think I've got a band as well that'll have a different vibe, a different look, and I'm looking forward to both.
Dope. I love it, man. I love live music. I love instruments. Oh, man. I love the bands, yo. Like,
Bands are cool.
I miss that, yo. I miss that energy, man.
The
Like,
fusion of, you know, like
goodness.
different genres of music. Ken, I got one for you.
Yeah.
Yeba. She performed with quite a few artists, and she has a quote that she put out that says, "I overthink but still forget." Tell me of the time that you overthought something, but when you put it all together, it's like you never forgot what was going on.
Okay. How's every day of my life? I am honestly, I am your classic, typical overthinker.
Right.
And I went through a phase around my mid-20s where I said to myself, okay, it started out as being very like self-deprecating, being very self-critical, and not in a healthy way. I think a lot of people, especially a lot of like artists and musicians, can relate to that.
Right.
But it occurred to me, I just had this, I don't even remember exactly what happened. I was like, okay, hang on. If I strip away all of the crap that I'm saying about myself and just leave the actual factual criticism, that's all real stuff, and I can use that and I can work on that, or I can decide that it's just part of who I am and I can live with it.
Right.
So if I start taking that negative criticism and then balancing it with positive criticism, I'm going to end up with a much clearer idea of who I really am and who I want to be.
Gotcha.
So I started practicing that little by little over time, and it ended up being a really important personality trait that it grew into, because overthinking, I see it as kind of like a superpower now, because when you overthink, and you control what you're thinking about, then you can kind of see things for what they really are.
Kind of prepare.
Over prepare.
You can prepare for the worst. You can be ready for the worst. You can be ready for the best. Because you need to be ready for both. If the best things happen, well, you need to be ready to temper your ego and still see things clearly. And if the worst thing happens, well, you got to be ready for that too.
That's right. And now I'm going to change gears with you right quick. So as an artist, as a creator, as a, just one of those thinking people as you are, there's a lot of things that go on. A lot of people find inspiration from things like we have a new administration and we have the first time we have a woman serving as high in office in the government. You have COVID, you have the racial tensions, you have the Black Lives Matter. Have you found any inspiration or have you been able to pull anything from that to make some kind of content from that?
Yeah, that's where the Sunday Sesh came from, man. That's where it came from. I mean, at the end of the day, I was scrambling because as a musician, who, like I told you, I've managed to make a living for the past 11 years playing music. Last year was the first time in that 11 years where I didn't have a job and I didn't know what I was going to be able to do. I started getting creative, man. I had a friend ask me to build some shelves for her, and I just about started doing Uber Eats. I was doing live streaming and people were tipping me that way. And then I was like, okay, what am I good at? What can I do? It's like, well, I can do this live stream thing. But then I was like, well, realistically, I'm not talented enough. And I'm not, this is not a personal dig. This is just the way it is to keep people's attention week after week. Mm-hmm. So what I need to do is take a step back and invite some other people that I have that are friends and be like, let's make this about them. And I can be the goofy guy who, cracks a dumb joke every now and then and makes them laugh and make sure they have a good time. Because one of the things, if you've ever watched one of those live streaming artists when they're just alone, it's really difficult for a musician to connect with a tiny camera lens compared to a room full of people.
It's a huge difference, man.
It's a huge difference, night and day. So I always think of it as like my job is to make sure they're having a good time, they're having fun. And because if they're having fun, then their audience is going to enjoy watching them that much more,
Definitely. So, like, being an artist yourself, how do you feel like that's impacted your platform, altogether? Like, how has it been different? Like, how are you doing this different than most other people have?
Well, how am I doing the show different?
Yeah.
Than most other people have? Well, there's two main things that are different about the way we're doing it. One is the fact that I'm a host, and there's a host, and we're doing it more like a talk show format as opposed to just turning on the camera and letting the musician go, because we want it that way. I want it to feel professional. I want it to feel, good enough that if we ever get the chance to be graced by some huge acts, and we actually are going to be graced by some huge acts this coming season, they're going to feel just as comfortable as our local people, because we want to have both. We don't ever want to outgrow the local scene, because that's the whole point of the show, to create a platform for those guys. If we have bigger acts on, it's great. We love that. We want to have bigger acts on because they'll help us get a bigger audience for those local guys as well. So it all kind of goes hand in hand.
I love it, man. I don't know when I've actually started paying attention, but it might have been like, I really don't even know, man. You've had a few of like my favorites on there, to tell you the honest truth. Man, J. Rock Jones and Synergy in the Cup. Man, that one was hilarious, yo. Like, you already know what it is, Ship. Like, we spent time, outside of music with those guys, and we already know they're fools. Kalea was off the chain, man. Shelby Soul.
Yep.
Ridiculous, dog. Shelby Soul, ridiculous. So, I know I'm forgetting some names. Mike Mass. Mike Mass is, one of my favorites with that one too, man. So, yeah. How are you finding these artists, or like, how does an artist actually want to or submit to be on the Sunday Sesh?
Well, any artist can submit, and they can email me at kenapperson@hotmail.com, or they can go to our website, thesundayseshshow.com, and they can, there's an email form on there they can go to, or they can go to Facebook or Instagram. We're on both of those, just the Sunday Sesh on both of those. and message us directly there. I handle all of those accounts, so I see all of them.
What exactly are you looking for when it comes to artists?
Well, we're looking for, obviously we're looking for, the best of the best locally, but that doesn't just mean talent. That to me means that they need to be organized. They need to, have an organized, clear body of work. They have to have their look figured out. They have to have their sound figured out. We need to know that when they come in onto the show, we don't have to like coach them or anything like that. They know what they're doing. And that's what I've tried to choose when it comes to having guests on the show. Because I know these people, and also, being a musician, like I know all these people.
You've interacted with them or crossed paths or something.
Yeah, we all run in the same circle. That's what it really comes down to. Jay Walt. We had Jay Walt.
Jay Walt the Great, man.
Jay Walt the Great. We had him on, and I've known him because he used to come and hang out at a bar that I used to play at.
Crazy.
The power of connections.
Yeah, we were going to do some writing. So it ended up, playing around town for 11 years. You get to know people. And Kalia, I know Kalia because of a mutual friend of ours who's a producer. We ended up in the same room together once and stayed in touch ever since then. That's just how these things kind of worked out. But to get back to your point, as far as what to look for, if they know if they have an EPK ready, that's a great start. Send me an EPK. That's a great way to let me know, yeah, okay, we have our stuff together. Pusha Preem, he's a great example.
Dope.
He, reached out really early on, and we had already booked that whole year. Otherwise, I would have had him on in a heartbeat. So we're trying to get him on for this next season. We're just trying to get the scheduling right. But I know he's excited. I hope he's excited. I know I'm super stoked to get him.
We're huge fans of Pusha. He was episode 6 or 7 way back when.
That's awesome.
Way back when.
Early in the game.
Yeah, and I know he just dropped a new project not too long, a couple months ago, and I was actually listening to that the other day.
He check in from time to time.
He
just reached out to me the other day. He said, "Hey man, I'm just reaching out." I'm like,
he be popping up on me without the mask sometimes. I'll be
I have not seen. Listen, speaking of the mask, the crazy thing about it, Ken, I've been out of town for a little bit. I won't say out of town, but I haven't, I've been stuck, hid away, put away. And I went out today to the NFL experience, and I had my mask on, I had a hoodie on, I had sweatpants. I did not look like myself. And people spot me left and right. I literally had some people pull me to the side. I won't say names. Man. And they was like, yo, you got to take this picture. And it was an older lady. She was in her 50s. She said, I listen to Waves of the Bay. Oh, I saved this for the good time. She said, tell Tone Kapone I said hello. I listened to you guys, and she laughed on the part. She said, "When Tone threatens to cut off your microphone," and then
every other week,
then he does it. So,
if we've learned anything about COVID and about mask wearing, is that no way in hell does Superman get away with being Clark Kent just by putting on some glasses, right?
In Hollywood, he does.
In Hollywood, yeah.
And then Peter Parker wears a mask.
He does.
Spaceship wears a mask. The Buccaneer fans are going to wear a lot more masks after February the 6th.
Come on, man.
Because they win and
no, they're going to be like Detroit fans.
Sun is shining on their faces.
He is such a Buck hater, though.
They're going to be Detroit fans. I'm going to pass out brown paper bags to all Buccaneer fans.
Is that to keep all of the stuff from winning the Super Bowl?
No.
He's a Falcons fan, Ken.
I'm a Falcons fan.
He's a Falcons fan, man.
So you know
that should say it all.
Yo.
That should say it all, right?
You know how that goes.
That should explain it. That should explain it.
Be loyal. There's nothing wrong with loyalty to your team.
It's nothing good in Georgia right now. Things happen. I'm just being let down.
Man, we got Ken Apperson on the line, Sunday Sesh, head person, the foreman, dope musician at the same front, a host, man. I'm a host myself, so I like to watch other hosts do what they do, and just try to learn a little bit from them, and just try to see, how they interact with the crowd. J. Rock Jones is a prime example of that, man, because him and Cotton are like two of the people that I drew a lot from when it comes to hosting and everything. So, for yourself, being an artist, going behind the lens to being a host, what was the transition like for you?
Man, I thought for sure it was going to be more awkward, but it was a gradual thing. I told you I started live streaming just on Facebook, I started live streaming, just like would go on for an hour and play some songs and take a few requests here and there. And that went okay for the first couple of times, but it diminished as these kinds of things do. And so I was like, all right, what do I have to do to keep people interested in this? And so I started like including in my live stream like little like news stories. Like I did a Florida Man of the Week segment, and I did like I took a funny meme and I had people like comment like what they would do, that kind of stuff. And it fell apart immediately. It was a total train wreck because I realized that one, my tech wasn't on par with this kind of format, and two, for me to do this stuff, I can't be the only one in the room. I've got to have somebody else running my soundboard, running.
Got to have a team
behind the scenes. Yeah, so it occurred. So I was like, all right, well, I can either buy this equipment and learn it, hire someone, which I don't have the money to do any of that, or I can start reaching out to people that I know who know what they're doing when it comes to like the video production side of things. And I got really lucky. I have a good friend. His name is Benny Tallis, and he owns a freelance video production company called Lunar View Media Services, LLC. By the way, quick plug, if you guys need any kind of video service, reach out to him because, man, he is a pro.
I love it, man. I'm all about building, for real.
Yeah, if you've seen the show, then you see what kind of quality you can work with. That's with a live show. So imagine how great the quality could be if it's pre-recorded. I mean, some of the episodes we did do pre-recorded. We had to. And we'll probably do that again if we have to. The production value goes up through the roof. Anyway, so I had lunch with him, and I was like, shot in the dark, how much would it be to have you do this? And he told me, and I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll get back with you in 6 months if I can somehow manage to keep doing this and maybe get a sponsor or something. And he was like, well, wait a minute, what are you trying to do? So I pitched it to him, and he loved it. It's something that he said he's always really wanted to do and just didn't really have the ability to do it. So we started doing a few episodes, and next thing I know, we're just kind of in it for the long haul.
Here we go.
That's what it is, man. It sounds like me and Spaceship story a little bit, man. You got to have a team that you can trust and that you can build with. Like I said, build is the key word because you can get engineers from wherever, you can get producers from wherever, you can find artists from wherever. But if we're really trying to build a scene here in Tampa Bay and actually establish a movement and progress it, then you got to build at home, man. It's all about roots.
You trust me, Tom?
I do.
You sure?
I do.
Okay.
You bring me Kansas City Chiefs stuff without question.
Hey, listen, man.
That's love.
You my brother. That's love right there. You brought Ken on air. Ken's cool.
Ken's that dude,
in
man.
the beginning, I was going to hang up on Ken, but the button doesn't reside over here with me.
I know. You're lucky.
All the buttons over here don't work. You know what I'm saying?
He was supposed to be running the board tonight to learn.
I was supposed to be running the board.
You're lucky.
I was going to hang up on you, Ken. You talking all that bourgeois booze.
That's crazy, yo.
Yeah, give me sound like Tasmanian devil over here.
He ain't even. That's what I'm talking about, man. He's the honorary Chiefs fan.
Listen,
so imagine how it's gonna go down next Sunday, man. But
I'm not gonna say anything next Sunday. I'm gonna sit back and pray that Mahomes is Mahomes. That's it.
I'm excited for the city, man. But if it wasn't for this Corona, man Tampa Bay would be on the map right now. We would be arriving. People don't understand.
Have any one of y'all been down there?
Not yet.
Listen, I went down there today. Well, dang, I didn't even give Ken to say something. Don't worry about it, Ken. You ain't nothing. You said a Buck fan. Okay, so I went down there and checked it out today for all three of us.
Before I cut his mic off, You
see how it goes? See, ain't this some BS? I went down and checked it out today, and no jive. Like, it was real deal packed across the river at the NFL Experience. Like, I was sitting there watching the 40-yard dash, and I called out one of my best friends for the 40-yard dash because I wanted to see if he still got it. And
y'all just decided to race?
I decided we was going to race.
Out the woodworks.
Yes, I decided.
Hell no. Nah.
Listen.
I'm good on that.
Damn.
That's how you be pulling hamstrings and stuff, man.
Hey, man, look, a bottle of water and a little sleep will do you better. You know what I'm saying? But I wanted to get out there. You know, Ken. Come on now, Ken. To live out your dreams, where you want it, that type of stuff. So tell me of a time, looking at where you currently are, where do you see where would you like your dreams to end up with what you have going on?
I'm so glad you asked that question. Because here's the thing. You guys already set it up, too. You were talking about a movement. You're talking about a movement in this town. Over the past 6 months, I've definitely woken up to exactly how much talent, just sheer volume of really exceptional performers and writers and production professionals, engineers, the recording studios, video production, audio production, like all of this stuff. There's
elite.
So much of that here. Way more than I ever realized. I think way more than a lot of places and a lot of people realize.
Right.
And so I see that and I go, why isn't the music industry here? Why aren't they here? We have the climate that they like. We, granted, fine, we're not centrally located, but neither is LA, neither is New York. They're on the coast. Fine. So it occurs to me that you just said it. If you want to build, you have to build from where you are, right? So that's my personal goal with this show. That's what we want to do. We want to take the Tampa Bay music scene and elevate it to a national audience. That's the goal of this show. We're going through right now, we're in our own kind of cocoon right now because we're about to unveil a new show title and a new night and a new time, which will be 7 p.m. it'll be 9 p.m. on Wednesday nights.
Okay.
So we're going to be changing the name, changing the branding, all of this stuff. And the whole point is that if we have these people, we have these musicians, there's no reason why they shouldn't be in front of a national audience.
I love it, man.
You know what I'm saying?
I do. We've been calling for exposure for the longest, yo.
Yeah, so check this out. One of the ideas that I have that I think will be very effective, this is actually Shelby Soul's idea, but I think that it's a really good idea, is that the local musicians in the area, I don't know why I said it that way, musicians, the local musicians in the area play each other's cover music, play each other's music as covers.
Right.
And the bar musicians who don't have as much of an original catalog play the original musicians. I did it again. Play the original musicians work next to the national songs. Because if I'm, one of the ways that I can elevate my own stuff to an audience, like I just got done playing a gig a little while ago, and I was fortunate enough to be in front of a group of people that wanted to hear me play my original stuff. So I did. When you play one song next to another song, it doesn't matter if one of those songs is your own song that no one's ever heard, and the other song is like Tennessee Whiskey, or 7 Days by Craig David, which is one of my personal
favorites.
That's
that jam, though, boy. That's that jam, though, boy.
You need to have me come on and do my thing. I kill that one. It won't sound as good.
On Tuesday, we were making love by Wednesday, and on Thursday and Friday and Saturday, do it on Sunday.
Come on.
I love that song.
Okay, see, I thought I was going to keep going. I was going to freestyle.
I got the music down.
Going, but no. I'm trying so hard. As a host, like you guys can relate to this. Like as a host, I'm trying to stay on a singular thought at any given time.
You better than us, then, man.
Tangents,
We just be going.
But that's what I'm saying. So like, if we don't elevate our own scene for our own people in this town, nobody else is going to do it for us.
Yeah.
The music industry isn't going to show up here and be like, wow, this is great, let's set up shop.
Nah, they're looking for people that's already going to make them money.
Straight up.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So I mean, that's the thing. That's the goal. And the cool thing about that goal is, I can sit here and act benevolent and act, altruistic and all that stuff. But the reality is, like, if that happens, then the show has success and it does well, and I do well, and my partner does well. So it's the whole idea is to align our goals with, everybody gets to be successful, and then we get to be successful too. And that's kind of the whole thing,
I love it, man. Like I said, we've been calling for exposure. That seems to be like the main disconnect, honestly, because we have the talent. It's just trying to get the names and the music out there, and with the internet and everything, it seems to be the way to go, especially with the Rona right now, because everybody had to adapt. Last March, once everything really hit the fan, we had to all adapt. So I love it. I love the vision. I love the idea of branding. Matter of fact, I'm sorry. This top of the hour. This is WMNF 88.5 Waves of the Bay. We're talking with Ken Apperson, and we're just talking about the Sunday Sesh, which is going to be rebranded. Are you rebranding before season 2, or when is this going to happen?
Yeah, we're rebranding before season. We're actually going to be announcing a name beginning of next week. We're
okay.
announcing the name and doing all that.
Do we get the exclusive?
Yeah, I can give you guys the exclusive.
Oh,
if you want it.
snap.
Absolutely.
Come on with it.
Oh, I don't. No, not yet.
Tone, hit the button. Hang
All
up.
right, yeah, that's it right there. That's
stops.
it.
If I'm going to be totally honest with you guys, though, it's because we are so indecisive about, like, we have 3 pages of names that we've like thrown in the garbage at this point because we're like, it's got to be cool, but it's not too cool. But it's
trust me, I know all about
Tone.
that. There's been some names I thought was off the chain.
There's a
They
button
gave him
over
the
there. There's a
Spaceship, and
button
he's
over
like,
there.
nah, that's trash.
Listen, there's a button that has Ken name on. He said Buck fan. He stopped singing, so I couldn't do the freestyle, and now he won't give us the exclusive. Boo!
He teased me with the exclusive. He said, I got you, and then he's like,
I
nah.
thought he was gonna do it.
Gotta be quicker than that.
Man, listen, I got people on my social medias like, yo, I was waiting on the bus out of freestyle by him singing, and he stopped it, and you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Oh, Ken Apperson gets down.
I
tell y'all
don't
that
care about
right
that.
now.
Hit the button on him.
I'm gonna tell y'all that right
Apparently,
now.
black people love me.
Black people love you.
Ken, just hey, Ken, here's a bar for you. Black people love me. I'm on my cool J. You see what I'm saying?
Over.
I like it. I'm good with that.
You stupid,
Why were
man.
you sleeping around late last night? I see 2 shadows moving in your bedroom light. Now you're dressed in black when I left you dressed in white.
Can you feel me in?
Can you feel me in?
Okay, he want to show out. Hang up on him again because he want to show out. He want to outdo me on my own show. Tone, hang up. What? Boo.
Come on now. You know you ain't the one supposed to be singing though.
I can do a little something.
You can do more than I
Well,
can,
what
but
I
neither
could
one of
do
us
is
need to
I-
be singing.
Next time, what I can do is come into the studio and bring a guitar, and then you can freestyle.
I cannot
I'd
wait
be
until
cool with
we
that.
can have
Listen.
guests in the studio again, man. It's been almost
I know.
a year right now.
I'll be honest with
Oh.
you. We've had so many interviews since we couldn't have anybody in here. And Ken, to be honest with you,
That'll be a whole nother energy
like
again.
real talk. I would love to have you come in here and do what you do with a guitar, because like you just to have someone that's talented and that's able to play
Bring
an
the
instrument.
acoustic guitar. That's the
You see
thing
what
I
I'm
love
saying?
right there, man.
Like even what's your man's name? Weezer.
I'm actually playing music from Weezer
You
tonight.
see what I'm
yo.
saying? Like
That's what's up.
when he did his thing, you know what I'm saying? When we was doing the the show,
The podcast.
over at
Way back
Ohio.
when. Shout out Ohio.
It's just that kind of energy, you know what I'm saying? Like me, I'm just a natural. Well, me and Tom, we both natural clowns, but I'm just captured by that type of stuff, and can you feel me in? And then I just let you really sing, and I just kind of like play the background.
Yeah, man.
See,
Yeah. Listen, that whole album, the Born to Do It album, man.
Craig
I
David.
wore that CD out in, what was it, 2000? To come out in 2000, I think, or 2001.
Craig
Give me
David.
another Craig David song, because I only know that one song,
What's your
man.
flavor? Tell me what's
Yep.
your flavor.
Yep.
What's your flavor? Tell me what's
Oh,
your
Lord.
flavor. Let's go. Ken, you ain't gonna back me up? Hang up on the tone. See, this is why you hang up on. So, Ken, I got a
I
question
know
for
you're
you.
staring at the phone right now like, man, what do I do?
So, Ken, I got a question for you. So, I hear that I see that you're a Craig David fan. Craig David, Glenn Davis, Glenn Lewis, and Jamiroquai. Line them up 1, 2, 3. 1 being the best, 3 being the worst.
Oh, man, you threw Jamiroquai in there?
Right.
I got to.
Oh, man. I'll put Craig David at the front,
Okay.
and I'll put Jamiroquai right after him.
And then you got
And
Glenn
then
Lewis at the
Glenn after
third.
that.
Okay. Glenn Lewis really didn't have a catalog like
Glenn
that
Lewis
either.
been disappeared too.
He tried to resurface, but I just think he doesn't. After Don't You Forget It, he didn't really have a follow up.
That was that jam though.
Yeah, and
Do you guys know what Craig David is doing now?
drugs.
I hope something good. I hope something good. Please tell me something good.
Well, I mean, before COVID, I don't know what he's doing during COVID, but like before COVID, I was seeing video of him in Nashville DJing and then like playing his tracks without vocals and then singing to his tracks while he's DJing.
Dope.
I'd love to see that.
Dope.
That's
All right,
cool.
I'd love to
good.
see that.
You never know. Somebody asks you that question, you don't know which way that's gonna go right there. Like, oh Lord,
Right.
is he on Nebraska right now? Like,
Yeah.
oh Lord,
He might have ran into what's the girl name?
who? Oh, your girl, the tiger or whatever.
Yeah.
Carol.
Carol Baskins.
I got a question for you, Ken.
Yeah.
I want to know like something that you learned in the industry that nobody taught you.
Oh man. Oh God. There's a mile-long list that I had to learn the hard way. One of those things was there are, for any musicians out there right now that are young, that are listening, If you are considering going to school, going to college, and you're like, I don't know if I want to go to college for music, don't go to college for music. Go to college for music business.
Okay.
Learn that side of it, because even though you don't want to learn it right now, man, oh man, it is going to save you so much difficulty down the road.
I can agree with that. That makes a lot of sense.
Okay,
Yeah.
Tone.
Because you're gonna need to know that stuff at some point anyway. So why don't you know it?
Okay, Tone, don't hang up on him because he's speaking facts right now. Because I've been trying to hang up on you like the past 82 times.
What can I say?
You said black people love you. That's true. So I'm getting in there.
I'm good at causing aversion to the hang up button.
All right,
Yeah.
you're doing a good job, because Tone will mute my button for me to talk
With the quickness.
and the quickness.
Yeah.
I'll be talking mid-sit, but.
I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it. I'm just happy to be here.
Man, I want to say, Ken, man, I didn't know much about you. I saw your movement and stuff, and I honestly can say, tonight I've learned a lot about you and your movement, a lot more about you as opposed to your movement. And then, like you being a fan of Craig David. Hey, listen, from one brother to another, man, you got a fan over here, man.
Hey, he does a lot, man. Honestly, he deserves the praise, because what he's doing with the Sunday Sesh or whatever it's going to be rebranded to, like, that came out of nowhere, and it was much needed, especially like at the time with the Rona and everything.
Yeah.
And you have high quality talent on there, and you're just putting eyes on the city and the Bay. So yeah, just like you said, man, you're building, and I definitely appreciate it from this end here.
Yeah.
If you guys could name it, what would you name it?
Name what you're doing?
Yeah. If you could rename the Sunday Sesh, what would you call it?
You're not gonna do that. You're not gonna take. Nah, you ain't gonna do it. You see how he tried to do that?
He did. I
We
thought
tried to
about it
get
for a second.
exclusive.
I was like, man.
And Tone and Deep thought I seen the smoke coming from his
Already,
Kansas
because
shit.
I'll be thinking though.
Man, listen, I seen the smoke come from the Kansas
But
City
I was like, no, I
Chiefs.
don't really have to figure this one out.
Man,
I
listen.
was going to call it Waves of the Bay, but it was taken.
Stuck.
Hey, hold up now. Like Rated R say, the man get mad, bring the wild at you.
I ain't gonna let you off the hook without giving us at least one name that's gonna be on season 2.
Oh, man. I'll give you a couple. Sammy Hughes. He's gonna be on.
Yeah, dope.
Man, that dude, I had a great, so I do pre-interviews with all the guests, and we had a great pre-interview with him, man. He's awesome. He turns out he's my neighbor. Like, he's
Get out of here.
like, in close to the same neighborhood. Yeah.
That's
so
what's up, man.
I'm not good at creating adult friendships, like.
I hear
like,
you.
You know what I mean?
I hear you all the way.
It's weird. It's awkward. It's like you go up to another grown man and be like, do you want to be my friend? Like, I don't know how to do that without feeling and seeming really strange. But yeah, so he's going to be on. Nate Mitchell is going to come back on. He was one of our biggest, our highest rated shows, actually. And the reason is because that man is a force by
He's
himself.
a super beast with it.
He is a beast on those keys and on drums. He's multi-instrumentalist. And he said he's putting out a new song right around Valentine's Day, and his episode is going to be right around Valentine's Day. So
Timing.
we got him. We got Sammy Hughes. Alex Harris is going to be coming on.
Dope.
Who else? A couple of indie bands, PM Tiger and Bad Cameo. Those guys are going to be coming on. JT Brown's coming on. I'm hoping to get Mike Mass. I really want to do a wave theory, like.
That would be off the chain.
You know what I mean? Like, give everybody on Wave Theory a song or 2 songs or whatever, and have them come on and do it. Maybe do it at like Crowbar again.
I thought you was about to say Waves of the Bay. I got excited a little bit, man. You need some special co-hosts in there at least one time.
I love that idea. Yeah, we've been talking about doing co-hosts and stuff for sure.
I got one for you. I got a trio for you and it's just something I like to see again.
Oh, we're throwing names out there. I like it. Let's go.
Are you going to sing the Power Trio?
Not really. Wind, water, heart, fire, Captain Planet. And you said Mike Mass. I would like to see you get Mike Mass. I like to see you get Bar God, and I like to see you get Fresh P. And just
Fresh
I don't
P.
even know who those guys are, man.
Fresh P.
Really?
Fresh P. Ken.
Oh man.
The S and Fresh is spelled with a dollar sign, man. Look him up. That's one of my favorite artists out here. Fresh P.
William McAllister, Bar God. I don't know his real name, but he's the host at Smoking Words every Thursday with Novocaine, and then and then Mike Mass. Like the thing with Bar God, like he's a host. He does his thing, but then he can just go off and just freestyle genius. And you know what Mike Mass does?
Mike Mass is such a beast, man.
Okay, so if you know what Mike Mass, there's a freestyle video with Mike Mass, Bar God, and Fresh P, and I am Fresh P, the players. I can't say what he say because radio we'll get in trouble.
right.
But
quickly,
I think like that'd be pretty dope too. Like just give them 3 a microphone a piece and just let them go at it. Let them freestyle, let them do their thing. I'm telling you, won't be disappointed.
I'll give you a name too, man. DeBron Kane.
That's
out of St. Pete, man.
I wouldn't put DeBron in that same cipher with him.
Just to be talked to. Talk to DeBron Kane.
But what I would
doing big stuff.
When you mentioning DeBron, I would do DeBron and Blue JD.
That would be nice.
And let them
if Josh
rock.
Cruz is in town, Joshua Cruz would be another one.
That's another one. I would let Blue JD and DeBron Kane rock.
See, I knew I was going to have fun coming on the show, man, because, I'm always looking for new people, too, send me some people anytime you guys, feel like it. It can be any time of day. I don't care. Be like, hey, you should have on the show
DJ Spaceship.
XYZ, whoever. Send that to me. I tell everybody, send those to me. And, if we can have them on, we will. If we can't, we
sure.
Can't. But, there's no harm whatsoever in, reaching out. Another thing we're going to try to do too is we're going to start shooting more pre-recorded material to feature on our social media stuff. And so one of those things we're going to do is we're going to pick 3 locations. We're going to pick 15 artists, and each one of those artists, so 3 locations, 3 days, 5 artists per location. And we just bring them on. They play a song or 2. We record them. We video it. We super high quality.
Mm-hmm.
And then we roll that into this. The featured local artist of the week is blah blah blah. We show their
on
video.
Location.
We're also going to start
showing off the city.
Music video submissions. So if a band already has a video, send it to us. We'll roll it in during the show. We'll do it like Total Request Live back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of stuff. To me, I think if we elevate the way we're featuring or spotlighting our talent in this town, then we're going to elevate the perception of it. You know what I mean?
I call it going for the gusto. That's what we call it where I'm from, man. And I appreciate that. I like that. So I don't want anybody just to be basic with it. If we're going to do it, we have to do some style with it. And especially because you know how it is, first impressions leave a lasting imprint. Yep. So we got to come correct the first time or else, ain't no half stepping, as Big Daddy used to say.
Yeah, man. And as far as freestyling goes, on that episode that we did with Mike Mass, and people can go to our Facebook page and watch it right now. All of our past episodes are on the Facebook page, Sunday Sesh, facebook.com/Sunday Sesh KA.
Spell Sesh.
That's it. But they can watch that whole episode. But at the end of that episode, we played a game called Rhyme in a Box, where basically him and one of his artists, K3, who is incredibly talented too, they picked out words from a box, and then they had to do a freestyle from those words. And it was like a battle between the two of them. It went amazing. They both did incredibly well. It was awesome.
Mike Mass is that dude. I remember we did something like that in St. Pete at the Elements with Prince Golden. You remember that?
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a minute, but that was fun, man.
Prince Golden is a beast on his own.
He is, man. He is. Ken, before we get you out of here, I want you to drop all the social media information that way people can follow the movement.
Yeah, man, no problem, man. It's real straightforward. SundaySeshShow.com. That's where you can find all of our stuff. All of our social media is on SundaySeshShow.com. All of our episodes, all of our past episodes are on there as well. When we have everything updated, we're going to keep the SundaySeshShow.com URL so that if people type it in, they'll still get to us, even if we change the name and everything. Because, we're rebranding, so we got to...
Already. You got to keep them old customers still.
Yeah, exactly, man. One thing that we're realizing more and more is that our biggest audience is people that play and write and create music. So this show is by them, for them,
I love it, man. I love it. I'm glad you took time out to talk with us. I'm glad we got you on Waves of the Bay. And I already knew this was going to be a great interview, but man, here we are 45 minutes later.
Yeah, this was fun.
Kicking it, man.
I can't thank you guys enough, man. You guys are doing such a great thing for the music scene here in Tampa, because I hear it. One of the first songs you guys played tonight was a Pusha Preem song, right?
Right.
Yeah. So you guys are elevating the local scene. That's what we need more people to do, honestly.
Definitely.
So
That's what we're trying to do, man. And that's why I'm saying we bring you on. It's like a synergy right here for real, man. Like you're doing what we're doing, just a different way. And I love it.
So that's what I'm saying. So anytime you guys want to come and hang out, like during the show, and I mean, if you want to set it up, we do a co-host thing. Absolutely, man.
I'm down for that, man. Let's put that in writing
win.
right there. Let's have some fun because I can't wait to meet you in person because I already know that's going to be crazy too.
I'll pull up.
Yeah,
I'll pull up.
absolutely.
And you survived you survived the hang up button because I was trying to hang up on you like early in the show.
Well, you know what? If you can't get people to want to hang up on you in the beginning, you're never going to win them over in the end.
Hang up on him again.
Look at that, man. He's dropping jewels on the way out of here,
Hang up on him again, Tone. Hang up on him. Boop. Hang up on him, Tone.
Nah, man, for real though.
Trying to reach has been disconnected.
It's been a pleasure talking with you, Ken, man. Thank you again for taking time out, man. Congratulations with everything. I need to know what the new name is going to be of everything that you're doing because Brandon, we can get into that's a whole nother show, but that's very, very important. And I'm all about co-hosting, man, so we can lock that in for sure.
Yeah, man, absolutely. And for sure, I'll definitely, it'll be all over the social media, but I'll start, if you're cool with that, I'll start tagging you guys and stuff as I put it out.
Come on with it, man.
I sent you a friend request too, man. I expect you to accept that. I'm going to hang up on you on there too.
Yeah, is your name on Facebook, Loser Falcons fan?
Oh, no, it's 28-3 is what his name is.
We still smash the Bucks most of the time, but not this time.
Pause.
We smash it.
That's good. I love it. Yeah,
Dang,
man.
he
All
did
right,
that.
Well, great show, great interview. I appreciate you guys having me on. I really do. Look forward to it.
All good, man. Hey, take care of yourself, man. Stay safe.
Likewise, man.
Hey, have a great day on purpose, man.
You too. Have a good one.
All right,
peace. Yeah, man.
All right, that was a good one. I wanted to hang up on him early.
Yo, that was dope, man.
Real talk,
that was really dope.
I learned a lot about Ken, his movement. Like I've seen his movement, but I learned a lot more about him and what makes him go as far as what he has going on and stuff like that. So shout out to Ken, you know what I'm saying, in the Sunday session, what we're going to call it. Well, whatever he's going to rebrand it and call it next, man. I'm looking forward to that.
I'm excited about it too, man.
Yeah.
This is Tone Kapone.
And DJ Spaceship.
And Saturday nights from 10 to midnight, we bring you Waves of the Bay. Right here on WMNF 88.5 Tampa.
With the hottest interviews, the hottest music.
You can submit your music for the Tampa Bay Watch segment at wavesofthebay.radio@gmail.com or follow us on all social media at Waves of the Bay.
Every Saturday, 10 to 12. Make sure you come and ride the wave.
Yes, sir.